lock it in. They can still use the vehicles, stock up on ammo, and let's get this done.
Yeah, I think the game's getting started, so we're going to hop into the gameplay, starting with Brittany Reigns. As a reminder, it's Brittany Reigns versus Timmy Toucans. Those are your two Seekers. They're going to be hunting out this map, and, well, they're not going to be thwarted by smoke stuns or anything in between this time around. Could be a bit easier for them, but still a race against the clock and a race against themselves. They've got to find eliminations. That's the key to their success, and I think they're going to be heading to some strongholds to potentially not only grab that micro UAV, but also grab their loadouts quickly, so they have a nice little advantage going forward. And Tiff, I think one more thing to say about the hiders as well, by the way, is that there is no way to redeploy your teammate. They have to win their gulag to come back if they get eliminated. That is the only way to come back into this lobby, period, end of sentence. Okay, so a totally different rule set here, but hopefully a little bit more seamless of a gameplay loop. And I think overall we're going to see a pretty exciting rerun of map number 1.
It'll be really fun, and already Timmy getting his loadout here, but something that is very smart for him, every claymore, every bit of those things that I run across, bouncing betties, I'm going to be throwing them in doorways, because if you think about it, if someone's looking to hide, they're going to run into a building, and that's just easy damage.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. I think, again, I still think kind of my point from before of like making sure you loot up and making sure you have all the resources as a Seeker is still of utmost importance. Like finding eliminations in the first circle, second circle, not a big deal. At the end of the day, you're going to kill 20, 30, 40 people in the final couple circles. I mean, we saw it there in the last map. It'll be a little bit of a different flow this time around, but still fairly similar. I'm still expecting to see 25, 30 teams left when there are no more circles to go.
It is going to be just like that. Now, if you did see the test run earlier on in this broadcast, there were 98 players up in that final circle at one point in time, and we had a helipad full of 100 people. They threw down trophy systems. Well, none of that's going to happen now because only plates.
Only plates. Also, by the way, our Seekers also have to wear the Nicki Minaj skin, which, I mean, have to. I mean, I'm wearing it regardless, but it will at least kind of delineate, separate them from the masses. If they do try to blend in like we were talking about, just gives a little bit of an advantage back towards the hiders, given that a lot of their resources were taken away. So you'll be able to spot Nicki Minaj coming from a mile away, specifically if they're driving an ATV, like, of course, Timmy Toucans does in all of his content.
I mean, going out in style, but you're right. That's exactly what I would do. I would just go hide amongst, but since they do have to delineate themselves from the other hiders, because who wouldn't want to have a little bit more fun of chaos, a little bit of trail action, but unfortunately it's not going to happen. You can see no one has found anyone just yet, but Timmy Toucans is looting with extreme priority there, and Brittany's hanging around village looking at the rooftops. Now, this is one of those POIs, Goj, that I was talking about at the beginning of the show that just has so many levels towards it and so many places to hide.
Speaking of places to hide, why not just hide
inside your teammate?
Yeah, just hide inside of your teammate, hide on top of each other. You know, doesn't matter. Body stack, maybe not even your teammate, actually. I'd body stack somebody else. If you go down, at least they're going down too. I don't know. Hey, we're seeing all kinds of crazy strategies these days, but looks like Oki's actually already been sent to the gulag, either by him breaking legs or potentially being found early. A little bit off screen here. And again, if you want to tune in to all of your favorite content creators, feel free to follow them over on their socials. I think a lot of people are live on Twitch, YouTube, or otherwise, so feel free to hop into their streams and see where they're hiding and how far they make it. We'll be able to showcase a lot of that action here on main stage as well, though, and specifically checking in with our Seekers, Timmy Toucans and Brittany Reigns, as they fly around. And I did hear the players were chatting about proximity chat, and I think that's what we're hearing right now.
I did, so I'm gonna say yes.
Timmy, you look so handsome today. Even though you are playing like a rat if you sit and hide.
I'm not hiding.
Hey, yo, what did that say, Goj? I just heard you are so handsome, but you're playing like I didn't hear the rest of that. But all I know is my man is running a full-on chainsaw in a Nicki Minaj skin on a four-wheeler, parading through Al Mazrah. Has not found a single soul yet, but he is still prioritizing getting that cash up a little bit, I guess, since they can't necessarily use UAVs. I'm thinking just stay on the move. It's all going to culminate towards that end game like we witnessed in that test run. It's going to be war, and make sure that you have a very large mag weapon so that when it does come down to that fact, you can just spray and pray or melee and pray.
That's what I'm saying. I'm still kind of championing the knife as the priority weapon here if you are a Seeker, but maybe a little bit different with this new rule set. Again, you can use zip lines to traverse the terrain, just can't use those. Players call them redeployed balloons. I think they are technically drones, but balloons we will go with an ode to, of course, Caldera. But this is the last hurrah of Al Mazrah, so I'm going with drones. Tiff, as we will check out some of these players, I think it is worth noting because we do have several new people kind of popping into the stream here. Reminder, it's plates only, period. You can't shoot anybody. You are hiding. You are running. You are trying to stay alive. Under this new rule set, I think rotations become definitely the most important aspect of a hider's gameplay, right? Your early game, you're kind of chilling, you're waiting, you're getting as many places as you possibly can because, well, you're going to probably need to use them. And then at the end game, talk to me about what your strategy would be. I mean, you've got to stay out of the gas for as long as possible because you can't pick up a gas mask. So what do? You do you just try to blend in with the crowd and hopefully you're not the one getting knifed or shot?
People are just sitting very freaking still in the building.
It's going to be tough, and I was curious how Brittany was going to be approaching that. But for the end game, as a hider, you want to stay dead center of every single circle humanly possible. But at the beginning, it's not necessarily going to matter because you talk about those rotations, and depending on where that circle kind of starts to pull, you want to be ahead of the rotation. And with Timmy having the aerial view through this, you want to make sure that you're undercover. Now think of how this is. Observatory has so many underground nooks and crannies that you can be, and immediately you've got the hiders that are ducking down as Timmy is like, you know what, SEAL Team 6, I am out, finds one Gaia, takes him down. Jace is donezo. Hopefully can take out that gulag and come back. But you know, if you've got Timmy running at you with a helicopter, donning a chainsaw, it's going to be scary. But it's the rotations that you have to prioritize and just being ahead of the game.
Yeah, a couple eliminations have come through. That was for Jace falling to Timmy Toucans, but it was Destroy falling to Brittany Reigns. We'll see if they can potentially win a gulag. They're likely going to be fighting each other, by the way. So the one time the hiders can actually fire some weapons is the gulag. The only way to get back into the map. That's a team wipe, though. Intex and Believe, they're all going to be headed to the gulag to try to win their way back into the lobby. Still 50 teams technically alive. And again, from a points total standpoint, because again, it's been a little while, so I want to remind everybody at home. From the hider standpoint, you get 12 points if you're the last hider team alive. If you're the second to last hider team alive, 9 points. Third to last hider team alive, 6 points, and so on and so forth. Fifth through seventh is 5 points. All the way down to 17th through 21st place will get you 1 point. And that 1 point can go a very, very long way because there's no other ways to earn points. So like we talked about before, mathematically, if you win one of these maps as a hider, that's 12 points. That could theoretically almost win you the entire tournament if you just get a couple more points to boot and you beat out the other 4 map winners.
Semi-pro fucking squash.
Semi-pro.
As we look through some of our players here, bushes are our answer towards center of zone, but I kind of liked how we witnessed Smixie's positioning earlier. She was actually sitting on a ladder, the top of a roof of a building. Now you think about that position and its whole, right? It's like it's hidden. You're inside a building. You're not necessarily visible, but if something happens and the seeker is on your way, you essentially just have to climb up 2 rungs on a ladder and then jump off a building. Oh, hey, at least she's buying plates because that's the name of the game here. Hiders only get plates. I got nervous for a second.
Yeah, and again, you have your backpack to fill up. You might as well fill it all the way up with plates. Once you're filled up with plates, you can't get anything else. So at this point, it's about rotations and getting to the right spots in the zone, you know, listening out for gunshots or vehicle sounds, things like that. And if you hear those things, run and try to rotate to a different spot. The mid game, the early game, even like the early late game, I'm talking like circle 6, is more so about trying not to be the unlucky person, right? Like there's only a couple people dying in the early game, even up to like that circle 6 time, where you just want to be the not unlucky person. So we're going to try to mitigate RNG the best way we can, which is probably crank up your volume as loud as possible and listen for any sound that could warrant that somebody is on their way that can actually shoot at you. And if so, run away. But once you get into the end game, we're talking circle 7, 8, etc. Like when there's no circles to go, it's going to be about what player can hang on to the lack of gas that there is. This tiny little zone, who can hang on in that area without getting killed the longest? That's who's going to likely walk away with the victory from the hiding standpoint because there are no gas masks to go around.
Tommy the Tree Man, Holly, out here in the bushes. I'm really enjoying a lot of the hiding spots that we're actually witnessing now, because with taking out the smokes, taking out the stuns, making sure that everyone can only use plates, now you actually have to hide, because you're not going to be able to get away as efficiently, especially with Timmy looking through everything, always having a vehicle. This is the first time I've seen him on foot, I think, this entire map.
Yeah, it's a great shot. And I honestly think, you know, the short-term game of getting that one elimination, ditching your helicopter, doesn't even kind of pay off comparatively to what you could have gained using the helicopter. Like, just park it. The hiders can't use it. Could have drastically improved your chances. Love the Doom skin, by the way. The chainsaw, the kind of frame rate animations you get from it. So classic, so nostalgic for me. Huge Doom fan, but hopefully Timmy will be able to use it.
A man just stuck his big toes over the roof, and now Timmy is underneath. But honestly, I love that he's running tracker. It does help give him that recon ability that they didn't have during that test. But even with it, the player that ran from him still got away.
Yeah, this is going to be tough to, again, find these early eliminations, especially without vehicles. Players are going to be quick. They're going to be sneaky. They know how to stay alive. If Warzone competitors know anything, content creators as well, they know anything how to do something in Warzone, especially when you're out of resources or can't use resources, rather in this instance. They know how to play their lives very, very well. So they know how to snake around, snake the corners, you know, get some information with a tiny little glimpse of their opponent and run away and readdress the fight from a different angle. But in this case, obviously not going to actually address the fight. They're just going to quite literally just run away and evade Timmy now. With the big Bertha in hand, 3 eliminations to his name, is up on Brittany. I think 2 points right now. I think Brittany has 1, Timmy has 3, but it all comes down to the end.
Well, this is very similar to how it started.
Like what else could happen?
That's a really good question. It's very scary to ask that question. You never ask what else could happen, because it gets chaotic when you do. But the dolphin dive is going down the hill from Observatory, pulls the shoot, but Timmy able to get the crack. But will this hider get away as they head towards village?
Yeah, you don't know. They're pretty quick, but they can't use smokes or anything. Chainsaw Timmy. He's coming after you. You better run. I like that he's got tracker on as well, just to watch the footprints. Come on. Timmy's trying to chase you down, chainsaw in hand. Goes for a stun, gets it. That's unlucky. Chainsaw to the back. See you later, Ghoul. Had a great run through the qualifiers, World Series of Warzone. Unfortunately, out of the first map, at least for now. Potentially could come back, though, from Gulag.
I need to stack up.
Oh, I wanted to hear, what do you need to stack up on? The strats, give
Suspense.
us the strats, Timmy. Meanwhile, Brittany climbing to the very top. Now let's see, can we spot anyone? Honestly, not a bad place to check. This would be a spot where someone would typically lay down at, but even looking at all of the roofs,
Just like dead.
I don't see anyone.
Yeah, it's dead for now. Ready, just wait.
Where are they?
8 minutes from now,
Chaos.
it won't feel dead. Yeah, it's gonna be the zombie apocalypse. Except
Wait.
it's a reverse zombie apocalypse. They're all running away from you.
Let's go.
It's like the weirdest, most craziest version of Infected you've ever played.
We're gonna do the wraparound live on the big screen. You think we're on the big screen? I'm about to show them the wraparound live on the big screen.
The Timmy Toucans wraparound. All right, show us.
Patented.
So
It's
I'm gonna ask
patented.
them after this one, maybe if everyone's cool with like 1 or 2 UAVs per game, like for a seeker.
He's looking for any boon. It's impossible for now, Timmy. Just wait. All-terrain vehicle in hand.
I
Get
knew
after
this
it.
was gonna be tough. There are so many places.
They're gone.
Yeah, that's true. They are quite effective in their movement.
There's one.
movement.
You're good, pal. Just stay calm. You're
Chainsaw
good.
chasing him down. Still not using the MP5. Oh, what?
All right.
Timmy stopping to do pull-ups. Nicki Minaj going crazy.
That was silly. You could have done better than that. Come on.
Bruh.
Oh, no.
He's
All right,
kidding.
you're bullying me. All right,
Finesse. Timmy.
Timmy, you
Timmy,
can't.
no.
Unrational with the moves. Now, you know, we have seen Unrational clutch up so many times in tournaments, and he almost was able to finish out that finesse on Timmy, but unfortunately a chainsaw to the back will take him out.
Oh my god.
Oh, man. I just lost full watching that. Oh, Smixy goes down. That's 6 now for Timmy, though. Timmy actually taking a decent chunk of a lead in our kind of first map that got replayed. I think he ended up winning by 2. So these points actually might end up mattering at the end of the day.
What am I doing?
My question for chat is, because honestly, I don't know. I haven't done a tournament like this. Is the chainsaw a faster kill than just normal knifing? Or is it about the same?
Or is it about the content?
Yeah, I mean, sure. I think chainsaw wins content every single time. I'm just wondering, it almost looks like a hair faster, but maybe I'm shocked. It probably is the same.
Gilly and Gaia unite. Everyone's at the tippity top of the domes and observatory and down in the mix. Brittany, though, you can see all the players around her. She is on 2.
But this guy is
Don't necessarily see tracker on her utilization of perks. She does have high alert, but I'm really thinking the tracker is the way to go.
I think tracker's the way to go too. High alert is almost going to be disorienting because right there, like somebody looked at Brittany, but she was closer to the opponent not looking at her, and it kind of forced her brain to go, oh wait, I need to check. Oh my gosh! What? We're using the Hummer off their top ropes? What is this? Another one goes down. Timmy's on 7. Chaos starting to assume. Nice little tracking out of the air, but not enough with the MP5. Not at that range.
It would have been it for you, but hop back in the Hummer and let's hit it. You don't need doors on that thing. As our players are rotating, we will be seeing some crunches. Can we get him? No points. My man just pulled a matrix and got out of the way, but it doesn't matter.
All right, Timmy. On 8. Hunting his prey. Brittany's on 4 currently. See, the high alert is so distracting. There's so many spots you can get shot from. Or well, not get shot from, but at least going to distract you.
I'd be paranoid. That would just stress me out so
Yeah, it's
badly.
like, there's almost like too many targets, you know, especially in the late game, or your entire screen's going to be orange. You know what I mean? Like, you have so many targets. It's almost like, which one do I choose? And you got to really focus one down because it's enough TTK right now where you can survive for a little while. But John Jay, alive and well. All Mazrah spirits are within her.
Oh,
made it.
I think we should split.
Aydan hitting the rotate.
Where the shooter's at.
Alright. I think there's one on me.
All right. Yeah, I see one right here.
A little bit of
No,
shrubbery.
Right. Not there. He's running right here. That's him.
Nice live pink. Again, because we made our seekers use the Nicki Minaj skin, you can actually spot them out in the distance, which is pretty beneficial for the hiding players. Timmy,
And
nice
the
little lead.
vehicles, too.
Oh yeah, vehicles are huge, obviously. Okay, we're on 6 circles, so now it's gonna start picking up here. Especially, look at this zone, Tip. There's like hardly any structures, any cover in the way. This is a Timmy Toucan's dream. Like, keep that Hummer and just get ready to rumble because it's going to be a splatter spree and a half.
Just I can't with this. We obviously know Timmy Toucan's on the mini map and your left is inside the vehicle, but everyone holding by the trees is so smart because Timmy is not going to be able to successfully drive through. You'd be surprised, guys. There's like little stick bushes that those vehicles will hit and not be able to go through, but there goes another one. 50 points for that one. No, not literally, but that would be cool.
All right, bye-bye for that one. There's another one. Brittany, okay, so it is 10-6 currently.
your fucking mag.
But it's going to come down to these final seconds. Using the Jeep. I will say the Jeep's turn radius, not the best comparatively. But the only vehicle he has at his disposal. Brittany finding a few more with her weapon. But again, look at that high alert ping. That's gotta be like so much like overstimulation in my brain. But Brittany's actually going big here, closing this gap pretty dramatically with her weapon. Smart play, especially with 0 cover, just picking one after the other. And these are those moments you've got to just choose a target and commit to it.
Ooh, I like the positioning here for Smixy, right? The car cannot get down in here. Saw a couple go out. We saw Biffle go out. We got about 58 players left in the lobby, but look at the circle pool. There is going to be a great migration of Gaia operator skins. You do not want to be the final one. This will be survival of the fittest if I've ever seen it.
Look, I love that we got hired to cast this, but they should have hired David Attenborough. It should have been a National Geographic or something.
What?
Look at the great migration of the snow geese flying over the hilltop. The hunt is behind with the MP5s. This is nuts.
With one lone standing player who's going to watch over the herd as they flock. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not. I can't.
We're gonna get roasted. We're gonna get roasted by our European viewers.
I don't even know what I was trying to be like, but Timmy goes a triple kill. He finds another. He gets a quad beat, and he is just going to mow through your snow geese, Goj.
27 and counting. Run, Smixy! Came back from the gulag. The only way to get back into the game, so she won her gulag to make it back here. We're not down to the final 21 teams yet. Top 21 will win points, but we're down to 27 teams. No gas mask. You got to stay inside the zone just barely and hopefully get your health regen for the final seconds. But here comes the chainsaw. I mean, if you get one of these sticks, that would be nuts too.
That's so crazy as everyone just flies down. Now, I believe there is just a slight delay on the Seekers, but you can see this Nicki Minaj as the two Seekers are in the center, and no, Smixy will be taken out by Timmy's chainsaw. The final countdown of everyone as they're just running from Timmy.
Chainsaws galore. Go, Timmy, go. Cut them down. Don't worry about the knock people. They're either yours or they're not. Cut them all down. This is chaos. Chainsaw. It's like some weird, like, twisted version of Duck Hunt where you're killing these ducks with a chainsaw. I don't even know, but Timmy's going crazy. 42 kills for Timmy.
Go for you. Oh, no.
Hunt them all, Timmy.
No, not a good spot. Nope.
This is definitely more efficient. 45 eliminations for Timmy.
Chainsaw's the way to go, Timmy. I couldn't agree with you more.
Oh, wait. Okay.
24 teams still. We are not into the placement points for the hiders. You better run. Your hiding skills were decent, but that subtitle coming into a massive boon. If you're good at running, you're going to gain points. And here we are, top 21 teams. So anybody that is alive right now has at least earned one singular point. But if you can be the last team standing, it is 12 points. Quite literally thousands of dollars on the line. And all you got to do is evade the chainsaws.
It's so much more faster. You don't have to reload because essentially it is a melee. So he is going through every single one of them. Brittany now breaking into the 30s. Not many players left, and you just have to keep moving.
Yeah, I think melee I think the chainsaw is the play.
What?
I mean, she's getting a ton of kills. She's just not fast enough. Timmy's on 62. Make it 63. 2 players left. Who is it? Holly? Is that Drakota?
Nobody blinked.
Drakota was just team wiped, but that means he got second. So Drakota's team just walked away with 9 points. The
last one.
Who was the last remaining player? But Timmy was huge.
The last one I saw, the last name was Sleeper.
Sleeper. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to do some searches here. Which team is?
I believe Team OP marked, which means he picked up Sleeper, not Shaded Step.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's